Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. It's dawn. It's daylight savings time now, perpetuated upon us again. Everybody's waking up late. They tired, worn out. I woke up a lot later than normal, but I slept later than normal last night also because I had gone to a baseball game yesterday. Yeah, baseball, college baseball, Tulane at Southern University. So then they were posting songs left and right in rock and roll clubs. So I was listening to some of that. I got to finish today. Probably won't finish today. They posted so many songs related to fire. With the word fire in it. Oh, let me go get the glasses. Whoops. So somebody had posted cities on flames with rock and roll. And I said, that's not fire, that's flames. He said, well, it's related. I said, no. I had to delete it because then you start, it just get out of hand. Okay, anyway, Triple Crown. This is the older label. This half-size bottle was $3.99. $3.99 at Discount Depot. Yeah, because they have crazily low prices on some things. That's it. Gone. I'm not buying another. And when there's none left at that price anyway. But seriously, folks, the normal price is about $21 to $24 a bottle, regular size bottle. $21 to $24. I'm not paying $21 for Triple Crown blended whiskey. Now, I don't care what they say on the website, like they brag about how it's the greatest thing. If you look here, well, you can't see because I can't do screen share on this. And if I can, I don't know how. I do it on StreamYard. Triple Crown whiskey from McCormick. They don't really mention McCormick on here. Try to make it like it's its own company. A true North American whiskey blend. They can't sell fake ones anyway, so it's subtle notes of warm vanilla and butterscotch, made with the highest quality grain and matured in charred oak barrels. Yeah, didn't say new oak, charred oak. And a touch of sweetness and a spicy small grain finish form Triple Crown's rich and refined flavor profile. And I can't keep going on and on, but it says, it just talks about how great it is, basically. Every sip is fabulous. And they talk about how the distillery goes back to 1856, which is true. McCormick in Western Missouri. They show the old warehouse, rick house. Show whiskey being poured out the barrel. Then real small at the bottom, it gives a disclosure. 80% grain neutral spirits, 20% straight bourbon, 2 years old, contains oak extract. Oh, you mean it's not as oaky as you would think just from the barrel? No, because it's a used barrel. Now you might say they're cheating. They're cheating. They are cheating to get the oak flavor, but it's allowed with blended whiskey. You can add all kind of stuff like blending sherry, oak extract. Oh, they're showing a little half-size bottle right there. I like what they say here. They used to say it somewhere. They might still. I don't have time to look it up about how they use the finest grains in America. The finest grain in America. I was like, wow. Jack Control. Good morning, JDLST. Sucks. Leave that clocks alone. Yeah, daylight. It is terrible. I take you for a smart fella. You ever seen No. No, I don't watch really drinking videos. I watch beer reviews, wine reviews, which are rare because I don't do too many wines, and alcohol, liquor reviews. But stuff like hangouts where people are just talking, I don't really watch that. Generally, videos where people are drinking a lot, just drinking it and burping, I just don't watch it because I'm not interested in it. I mean, if people want to do it, it doesn't make any difference to me. I just don't watch it, No big deal. All right, I poured too much Kentucky Beau, but I don't have, this is all the Triple Crown I've got. They're both gold. The Kentucky Beau's a little darker. I'm trying to get it down even. Look, I don't think it's going to be much of a challenge because the Triple Crown does have a unique flavor. I guess the oak extract might make a difference. Now, do a lot of blended whiskeys have oak extract added? I'm talking about American. I don't know. I don't think they have to disclose the flavorings. They're allowed to have the flavorings. But from what I read on the Tax and Trade Bureau website, I don't remember anything about that it has to be disclosed. It's allowed. Now, are they allowed to disclose it? Well, yeah, they're allowed to disclose it. I say don't have to. It's like if you age whiskey over 4 years. If you age a whiskey over 4 years, do you have to give the age statement? No. If it's less than 4, then you have to give an age statement, which both of these have age statements. The Kentucky Beau is aged 3 years. Clearly says it on the bottle. It has to say, it's not an option. Triple Crown, 2 years. It's not an option. It has to have it on the bottle. Yeah, 2 years old. You say, well, that's the minimum for whiskey, 2 years. Well, it's actually the minimum for straight bourbon whiskey, or I guess straight whiskey, because you could make a straight whiskey in a used barrel, but it had to be aged 2 years. But but you could age whiskey for 2 hours and call it whiskey. Like the Pabst Blue Ribbon whiskey, it's clear as a bell. Well, the aging, it has to age, but you could, like I say, you could age it for a day and say we aged it in a barrel. Okay, it's aged. Does that make it good? No. On the other hand, I'm not saying it makes it bad either. I'm not going to judge it because I never had it. You understand? I don't judge whiskeys I've never tried. It's strange. It's clear. Do they have other clear whiskeys? Yes. Do I have an interest in drinking them? No. I'm not saying I'm against them or I'm opposed to them. I'm saying I don't have an interest in drinking them. You understand? There's so many others I want to drink. Or I should say try out. He goes beyond drinking into psychiatric drink realms. Yeah, I just, that doesn't sound like anything I'd care to watch. This smells like the Triple Crown because I'm getting that vanilla and oak. And that kind of pungent sourdough cornbread smell. Did they use sour mash whiskey? I don't know. Usually when they do, they'll talk about it. Like they try to, like that's a selling point. They're not talking about it, so I'm assuming they're not using that. You see, this one over here is so denuded in the aroma. Like the aroma is so vacant. Third Sunday of Lent, by the way. There just doesn't seem to be. Oh, third Sunday? I lose track. Let's see, February. Yeah. Third Sunday. Okay, it's just neutral almost. Okay. Now I'm gonna taste it. Yeah. You see, the Triple Crown is so sugary sweet. It's like they take their blandness and they mask it with the oak extract. And It's like sweeter than it probably ought to be after 2 years, but it's very candy-like. I think Triple Crown might be popular because it's got that candy-like sweetness. There's no burn on it, none, which is good. I'm not saying it should have a burn. It's 80 proof, but it just tastes like medium-bodied candy with sort of a sweet finish. It isn't bad. It's interesting that they get this much flavor out of a 80% grain neutral spirit product, meaning the grain spirits have no aroma, no flavor, or practically none. That's just the filler, and they're unaged. So they blend that with the straight whiskeys, and then they age it for 2 years, and they get this. So it's amazing, but that's the flavoring. That's giving it the flavor, duh, you know. I mean, if you want to drink something that tastes like nectar from a honeysuckle, go ahead. It's fine. I mean, nothing bad about it. It's just not that great. But it's, I wouldn't pay $21 a bottle for it. What did you give up for Lent? Oh, not alcohol, obviously, but you know, I don't want to say too much. All right. Anyway. Santa Fe. Cheyenne. That's all I'm going to say. Cheyenne. You say you start watching Cheyenne? Okay, well, you know, wink, wink, Cheyenne. Understood. Okay. Now this one over here tastes more like a regular blended whiskey. You know what I mean? It just tastes like whiskey, like corn, a little burn, a little of the oak, a little of the vanilla. And we want to emphasize a little because Kentucky Beau is very bland. Or as we said in our duo review, ordinary. It isn't bad. But we didn't say it was good either. We said it was a C, you know, average. That's what a C means. It's average. It's just so-so. If it was bad, we'd have given it a D. But it isn't bad. It's $6.49 a bottle, and seems about right. I was at Albertson's liquor store yesterday in Baton Rouge because they have a liquor store in Baton Rouge connected to the store. Now in Hammond, they're more liberal with alcohol laws, more Catholic. Okay, the liquor's just in the store on the shelves, but in Baton Rouge they're more Protestant, so you can't sell alcohol. You know, you can't sell liquor in a grocery store. You got to sell it in a liquor store. No big deal. I just parked in front of the liquor part instead of the grocery store part. And it's convenient, really, because you walk right in. There it is. But I didn't see anything I wanted. Have an incredible selection, though. All right, so I'm going to say this is the McCormick. Now, which one do I prefer? Remember now, it already loses. I mean, yeah, I got it for $3.99 for the half size, but that's not a normal price. Forget that. You're not going to see that. Say about $21. So about $9.50, being about $9.50 for a half of a fifth. Right? But it loses already because it's twice the price, and it ain't really. It's more than twice the price. It's 3 times as much, and it's not even better. And I wouldn't recommend Kentucky Beau. So am I enjoying these two? Not really. I'm doing it just for the sake of doing the examination. I mean, you need to convince David that 92 is indeed an A-. Well, you see, but that depends on people's grading scale. You know, I mean, yeah, it is an A-, not an A. I don't know of any schools, but you know, when I was in high school, a 94 was the first A. Like a 94 was an A-. 92 was a B+. 93 was a B+. But then they changed it. They said that's too stringent, you know, like, you mean you make it a 93 and you don't get an A? So then now they dropped it to 92. That's the high school grading scale now. So 91 would be a B+. But I use the college grading scale because it's a lot easier to go by 10-point scale, right? 90 be your lowest A minus, 80 your lowest B minus, 70 your lowest C minus, 60 your lowest D minus. Man, if you're drinking something and it's below 60, it's got to be an F because you're telling me that's 40% bad. You know, would you ever want to drink something 40% bad? I know I wouldn't. Okay, so I'm going to call it because I want to go watch the news. But this is the McCormick. Exactly. I got it. I knew I'd get this one right. No way I was going to miss this one. Nuh-uh. No way. Not going to happen. All right. I was in high school 5 years ago and 92 was a B+. See, but it depends on, in Louisiana, each district makes their scales, not a state scale. Maybe in some states. Hi again, says Voltron. Hey, well, I got to go, y'all. I appreciate y'all watching. Sorry it was quick, but don't blame me. Blame the government with daylight savings time. All right, thanks. I'll be back later today, I'm pretty sure, with a rum taste challenge. True story.